afternoon, everybody. Today is day 3 of Kwanzaa. I am Tania. I apparently always forget to announce who I am. I'm Tania. I am one half of the Breakfast Crew podcast, and my daughter is the other half. But today and for the next 4 days, we're going to talk about the celebration of Kwanzaa. So today is day 3, as I mentioned before. Today is the Ujima Day, meaning collective work and responsibilities. Basically, what does that mean, right? So that means we as a people are committed to changing the interests in our community for everyone to see. They have an official Kwanzaa website. Some of this information I'm going to be getting off of it, and some of it's just my own personal feelings about it. So don't take offense, please. It's just me expressing my thoughts and feelings about this celebration that I'm growing to love. So, as a collective work and responsibility in the community, we should recognize and respect people for what they have done and what they are doing, which would pretty much grow the community, whether it's financially, emotionally, physically. It's growing the community that you're in. I'm about to, oh, excuse me. And so, the principle is a foundation of identity of us as a community from Africa, a foundation of Africa as our identity, and so forth. So, this says it also means that we accept the fact that we are collectively responsible for our failures and setbacks as well as our victories and achievements. So, to me, like I said in my Instagram story, it takes a village. I've always stated that it takes a village to raise a child. You are not alone in this community when it comes to raising your offspring or even yourself, right? I grew up in South Carolina where, neighbors talk to each other. They don't do that much anymore now, but neighbors talk to each other. Kids went outside and played. Kids knew the neighbors. And if kids did anything wrong in the community handled the kid, period. I grew up with spankings and whippings, or whatever y'all want to call it. The spare the rod, spoil the child mantra, that's how I grew up. And I personally don't think that's a bad way to grow up. I feel like kids nowadays do lack discipline, they do lack structure, and because of that, we have a lot of setbacks in our community. That being said, when I got in trouble in the community handled it. They told my mom, and then my mom handled it. So, like, when you get in trouble with, like, everybody, not just your mom, not just your next door neighbor, but the whole community. Now the community looking at you like, bet you won't be doing that again. So, failures and setbacks happen. I mean, you can't go throughout life without a failure or a setback. But what do you do with those failures and setbacks? You rise above and you go for that goal. So, example of, I guess, a failure would be, although as a single parent and then being married to my husband, I raised a son. He is currently in a predicament where we may or may not be able to help him. That's a failure on my part. That's a setback on my part, my husband's part, my community's part. The achievement would be him getting out of the trouble that he's in and turning his life around 180, 360, 720, whatever. Doing better than what he did before. A huge achievement for me growing up in this society would be Obama elected to the White House. And I'm not going to get political. And it has nothing to do with a Democrat being elected to the White House, but it had everything to do with a black man being put in the White House. Because that White House is exactly what it sounds like. It's a white house. And it was almost never meant for anyone of color, whether you're black, Indian, Native American, Mexican. It was almost not meant for any of them to be in that house. And now one man made it in there. And he didn't even make it once, he made it twice. So that for our community was a big deal, a humongous deal. You saw more young black men and women getting into politics and community service and community-based projects to help their community because they saw what he did. So that's what this day is about. And it's a great day. This is not to say that the achievements that Caucasian people have made in partnership with BIPOC people isn't being recognized, but it's saying that in this moment, in this instant, we need to recognize ourselves and know that we are worthy of recognition, praise, and accomplishment. Period. What do y'all think about that? Come on in my comments, good or bad, good or bad. I don't mind it. It's making me think about what I could be doing more, what I could be doing better, and all that great stuff. That it's just making me think. So let's talk about my Kwanzaa day 3. I don't even know if I should call it an avid countdown box. Y'all know this is from Chicken Coop Dye Works. Today is Ujima, which means collective work and responsibility. So I watched myself on the replay, and this thing is very loud, so I apologize. So I got another Miss Prissy base, which is the 70% superwash merino, 30% silk, and the colorway is Polar Plunge, which it looks almost like the icicle one I had yesterday, except for it has more of the silver going on than the purples. So I wonder if this is like a fade type deal, because we went from like solid purple to purple and silver to now more silver than purple. So I wonder if the next day is going to be more silver gray than purple. We'll see. But Chicken Coop Dye Works, Polar Plunge, Miss Prissy base. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I have for y'all today. These are going to be real quick, but I like them. They're going to be quick, they're going to be thoughtful, they're going to be thought-provoking, I hope, and some conversation starters. That's what I would like for y'all to get out of this, conversation starters. Y'all can follow me on my Instagram at the_natural_crow-knitter83. And I am also on Ravelry as Hooked for Life, HOOKED for the number LYFE. And I'll see y'all around social media.